I think we're all set. Welcome, morning mindset people. It is Monday morning, and look, you lovely people. Oh my God, hello Martha. Hello Anna, thank you so much for being in the room with me here. Okay, I'm going to do like a proper official Happy New Year now, because I never feel it's proper official New Year until you've got that first little bit out the way and you're back in a normal kind of, it's like, I always start my journal like after the first Monday of, after the new year, because those few days are just tragic. You're just finishing off all the old food that you've got, and trying to down all the bottles of wine before you go on your dry January. Things like that. Oh, it's good to be back, and it's good to see you, Martha. Okay, so today we are back to our normal routine, our normal schedule. We'll be broadcasting 5 days a week inside Virtual CoWorking Space. Today is our morning mindset day. And there's been something on my mind recently. Happy New Year. There's been something on my mind recently about how these different people on the internet teach these different techniques, and they teach lots of things that work for them, and that's great. And I've dived into this stuff, or I've been diving into this stuff for many years now, and it's always nice for me to sort of hear something new. Anyway, I was thinking the other day about life, as you do at the beginning of the year, and you think about all the things that happened over the previous year, and I think a lot of us actually in this time of year tend to focus on the things that we didn't do, or the things that didn't quite work out, or the things that we were hoping to have and didn't have by the end of the year. And I think we give ourselves very little credit for the things that really did go very well. And I think you'll be actually quite surprised when you look back at 2024 or look back at the last year and see just how much you did accomplish and how far you actually came. And the thing about thinking about the new year is, sure, I think it's great to focus on the things that you want, but I think it's also a good idea to note the things that you really don't want anymore as well. And I think, the things that you don't want and moving those out of your life are just as important as focusing on the things that you do want. A lot of people say don't focus on the things that you don't want, and I'm not saying you should focus on them, because we don't want to give them energy, obviously. But what I'm saying is you can do things, and there's one thing that I do that really helps me. You can do things to close them off, right? So I would love for you guys to do this technique, to just get this all done now. There is only now. I talk about this a lot, the power of now. We're all only in this one moment. And this is a very good exercise for me anyway, where I look at my life. I look at the different areas of my life. I look at the things that I want to light up in my life and experience. And I look at the things that I want to put to bed or take away. And a really good way of doing that is to think of yourself as a tree, your life, your energy. And if a tree does not represent life and growth and abundance more than anything, then I don't know what does, to be honest with you. And I often think to myself, I was listening to a Joseph Murphy talk the other day, and he was saying to a woman, about, she was saying that she wasn't feeling like she had enough, like there was no abundance in her life and she didn't have enough of anything. And he said, like, when you look out at the ocean, do you see a lot of ocean? She said, yes, that's a mighty big ocean. He said, well, you have to see everything in your life as that, everything is abundance. And, if you can think about wealth or love or anything that you want in the same way as you think about the vastness of the sky or the vastness of the ocean, that it's never ending. You can never look at an ocean and worry that it won't be there tomorrow, because there's just so much of it. And I think that it's important to see your life like that, like never look at your life and think there's going to be not enough money, there's going to be not enough time, there's going to be not enough love, because there is literally an abundance of it if you can just acknowledge that. So I was thinking of myself as a tree, or people are trees. And then off these trees are the branches. So you are the trunk of the tree. You are the source. You know, I talk about this a lot, about I am source. And these branches are the different areas of your life. And you can put any branches you want on this tree. You can put as many branches as you want. I don't ever see, you know, like trees where there is a maximum number of branches that they can have. Some trees have so many branches, right down to the little twigs that come off of them. So imagine the different areas of your life as these branches: your relationship, your career, your finances, your health, your wellness, your self-concept, you know, how you see yourself. It could be anything. So you make all these branches. You can draw it too. I drew mine down. And then I kind of like picked and chose what I want to experience and also what I am experiencing in these different areas. So let's say, for example, you take the concept of career, you know, and one branch is career. Now you're going to have different leaves on that branch, which you're experiencing right now. So let's say, for example, you know, you've got a client that you don't like and that's really bothering you. That can be one leaf. You could say that you just launched a really great package and you're super happy with it and you can't wait to service more people with it. That's another leaf. You know, so you can create all these different leaves on these branches with your experiences. Not the things necessarily that you are experiencing, you can include those, but you can also include the things that you want to experience. Your tree is your whole life, you know, like, and I think if we want to really consciously and intentionally manifest our life, we have to know what's going on in it on a conscious level. Otherwise, things just happen to us, you know, and we think to ourselves, well, I didn't create that, I didn't do that. You just weren't consciously aware of doing it. So a lot of things happen to us that we don't want to happen to us because, yes, we say, oh yeah, I worried about that, or I talked about that badly, or I had thoughts about that going wrong, you know, and that type of thing. You can create that, but also you can do it on a level where you simply are not aware, because the you know, like, belief patterns and thoughts and how things have been are so far ingrained in you for so many years that you're just on autopilot with it. You don't even consciously do it anymore. So what you can do is just add all these leaves on. Add all the leaves on that are bothering you right now. Add all the leaves on that you really don't want in your life anymore. And add leaves on that you want to put into your life this year in 2025. The things that you want to experience, you know, whatever those may be. And be as specific as or as broad as you like about it, okay? There are no rules to this game. The only rule is that you are constantly being the person that you need to be in order to achieve the things that you want to achieve, okay? So once you look at all these things, you've got all your little leaves on this tree. The things that you decide you no longer want, right? You can look at yourself as the tree. Design yourself as the tree. What kind of tree are you? You know, like, what do you look like? Are you a tropical tree? Are you more of a, you know, traditional English tree? You'd want to imagine one of those in the summer because they always look like really crappy in the winter. But what kind of tree are you? And imagine yourself as this tree. And then imagine you looking at this tree, and this tree is your life. Now, everything that you decide I want this year in 2025, I want you to imagine, and you can even do this on paper as a visual. I want you to color. I've got to be a palm tree. I know I'm a palm tree because I just like hot country. So you can imagine, you know, with these, you know, branches or leaves or things coming off this tree, you know, you can imagine that the things that you truly want are the lush, green, vibrant, healthy leaves that just make the tree look amazing and perfect. I want you to imagine that you are giving life to those areas of the tree. All the things that you want, you're giving life to. So the leaves are green and beautiful and healthy looking. And for everything that you don't want, or everything that you have, you know, really persisted on, it's no longer in my life, then you imagine those leaves as dead and fallen. okay? So the leaves of the things that you no longer want in your life, I want you to visualize this tree, and I want you to imagine that these things that you don't want anymore have fallen from your tree. They are no longer part of your experience. These things where you can, you know, for sure consciously say, I'm getting rid of this year, you know. Let's say, for example, you're carrying a few extra pounds and you say, this year I'm getting rid of these extra pounds, and you've decided and you're 100% on it. You know, you write those extra pounds, whatever it is, 20 pounds on the leaf. That's your 20-pound leaf, dead, fallen, dropped. Okay, so you get rid of it and you don't think about it again. You only need to visualize this tree in perfect health. Now, there's going to be some things that are going to be a little bit difficult to let go of. Some things that you're a little bit like on the fence about. Some things that, you know, you need to consider. And you can consider those leaves as ones which are, you can either turn them into healthy leaves or you can make them drop. You can see them turning brown and you can see them dropping. So every time you think about something that's on your tree and you decide, okay, maybe I wanted that before, but I don't anymore, then you just imagine that those leaves are turning brown and dying. And the reason why you do this, for this in particular, is because the outside circumstances that you're seeing can sometimes contradict what you're intending, okay? So let's say, for example, you are intending to lose weight, and every time you step on the scale, you feel really crap about yourself because you can't see the weight dropping off, right? Just imagine that weight every day is on your tree and it's getting browner and browner and browner until it starts to drop off, okay? So just know and understand that your experiences are a little bit like that. When we have a plant, and I've been observing this with my own plants in my house actually, when we have a plant and we can start to see that the leaves are changing colour. Some leaves are a perfect colour, and we can start to see that some leaves are changing colour, right? They're dying. You've got to think about your experiences and your circumstances as that. It's dying. It's the old thoughts, the old patterns, everything of the old is just dying out and it's going to drop off. But you have to understand that sometimes, unless you go and force it and pull it off, which you can, that leaf just basically continues to die until it drops, just like leaves in nature. You know, nobody walks around the trees in the forest, you know, plucking all the partially dead leaves off. You know the leaf is dead, but you have to let it take its course and you have to allow it to fall. And sometimes in life, when you are in the manifestation process and things are changing in your experience, you don't necessarily see them changing. You don't necessarily see the end result immediately because there is this process of the old circumstances dying out in order to allow the new things to come in. So just know and understand that if there are things in your life that you are trying to change or manifest or create or whatever it is, just simply know that it's like the leaf that's starting to change colour, the leaf that's starting to fade. That leaf is still a part of the tree. You are still experiencing that leaf. However, there is a time that leaf, and you know it, 100% you know it, that leaf is dying and it will drop from the tree. And once it's done, it's done. So just know, don't worry about circumstances. If you're trying to manifest something and trying to create something in your life, keep seeing that leaf as green and healthy and vibrant. And if there are things inside your life which you really don't want anymore, but you just can't quite find a way or see a way how they're going to change, don't worry about it. Just constantly know that part of your life is like the leaf that's dying. It's still attached to the tree. You can still see it, but it's not going to be there very soon. It's a dying circumstance. So do this as a good exercise. You know, it's really important, you know, always when you want something new, you know, cultivate your own tree. You know, life is very much like that. We have so much detail, and we tend to lump things into, you know, bigger pots of, you know, oh, money and this is my money type thing. But, you know, like, or a career and this is my career and this is my relationship and this is my love life and things like that. But there's a lot of subtleties to it and a lot of details to it, you know, and without the leaves and without the details and without the color, you know, life would be very boring. We're here to have experiences, and with that comes, you know, ups and downs. We're here to experience all kinds of things, all kinds of emotions, all kinds of, you know, happenings on the outside. But we're also here to learn how we can control them in certain kinds of ways. So think about it. Think about your tree. Think about the things that you don't want on there anymore. Think about the things that you want to keep and cultivate and keep healthy and green. Personal life was rubbish in 2024. Business was great. 2025, I'm going to be different personally. I'm taking more time for me. Amber is home. Amazing. Amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you. And what a great start to the year to decide that. And I know this is the thing, a lot of people have this like kind of ping pong effect where they think, oh, well, I can either have a great business or I can take care of myself. And if I take care of myself, then I'll drop the ball on my business and that won't be great anymore. And you feel like you have to choose between the two. But it's not a choice. It's just choosing everything. You decide to choose everything that you want. I am the person that has a fulfilling and successful career and business, and I'm the person that has a healthy, energetic lifestyle where I take care of myself and I feel good about myself. There is no compromise unless you decide that, unless you're making the choice. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I don't have time to take care of myself, you know, but I've got a great business. Well, how is that fulfilling? We are so consistent sometimes with trying to feel fulfilled with no fulfillment, like, or with lack of fulfillment, or trying to feel fulfilled with only half of the glass full. And you can literally have it all, and make sure you do in 2025. Be that person. Be the I am that you want to be. I am healthy. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am loved. I am all of those things, because it's all a choice. So fill your tree with good stuff and allow the other stuff to die away and fall. And then you're just going to have an amazing life. So thank you so much for joining me today. It was good to see you guys. Have amazing 2025. I'm so looking forward to this year. It's got a really nice feel about it. I don't know, the number has a really nice feel about it. I'm weird about these things, but have a fantastic day ahead. Don't forget, you can still do your self-concept. We've got three accountability end of day sessions inside Virtual CoWorking Space, and we also have our self-concept for creating your best day in the top right hand corner of the screen if you're inside Virtual CoWorking Space right now. So thank you. It's lovely to see you back, Martha, and I hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, we will be going off to our accountability. Remember, you've got to click play on the top of the screen, and I shall see you back in Virtual CoWorking Space tomorrow. Take care, my darlings.